Why like down or up?
Up on the same line.
Okay.
Your things should be clear. Yes, if there's no space, write down. But I don't know why you're right. Why it's not very bright. Why is your pencil like that?
It's just like this.
Brian, hello, Brian. Sam Gloves. Hello, Sam. Please, guys, subscribe to the channel as you join, okay? And like the stream. Yes, use your gloves and like the stream. Can you please do that for us? Thank you. Sam, please like the stream. Brian, Sam, these your messages. Are they I don't know, auto typed, or how can I even ask? Because you always ask the same things. Same things. No change. Why? Is it that you don't know any other thing to say about your gloves, or you have just decided to be that way? Hmm? At least say something new, right? Change what you say. Hello, guys. You're welcome. Please subscribe. Subscribe as you join. Like the stream. Okay, please, please, please. Can you do that? Mm-hmm. Thank you. God bless you. Hello, awesome people, beautiful people. Please subscribe to the channel as you join, okay? Like the stream. Can you please do that for us? Are my Indians here? Yay! Please subscribe, okay? My support system. I call you Indians my support system because every time I go live, I must have Indians, you know. So thank you. Plus, I equally have people all over the world. So I specifically am thanking Indians because these people have proven to me that there is true love, true support. Distance is not a barrier. So yes. And thank you to all of you, my Congolese. I had somebody from Congo yesterday. I was super excited. Prince, I hope you joined today. Thank you to my people in Australia, Uganda, Zambia, Pakistan, Philippines, America, Canada, UK. All of you, I just said, let me thank you today for being so supportive of this lady here. You knew me, you didn't know me from anywhere, but here you are supporting me like your life depends on it. Thank you so much. Most importantly, I want to thank those who always take out their time to watch the silent streams at night. You take out your time, you watch, you comment, you like, and some even subscribe when I'm not there seated to say, please subscribe. So, hey, I'm super, super grateful. Okay? Like, words fail me. Thank you all. I love you all. Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. You're welcome. Yeah, Lizzie, people are scared of you because you are rude. That's why, Lizzie. And at the end of the day, you might just be alone. My goodness. Well, you've done it well, but see, when you're writing, come this way. No, 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 come like this. When you're writing, you have to, when you write on this line, not so, you have to leave this space and then you write on the next one so that your writing should be clean. My goodness, how can you be writing like that? Your teacher will not be happy because what you've written is not clear, it's not clean.
Madame Francais.
Yeah, Madame Francais will not be happy. So you have to write it again, okay? See, and this time you have to be fast because you have done it well here. But I just want you to have clean work, all right? So this is what you do. Look, you write here on this first line, not so. Then you will not write, give me your pencil. When you write on this first line here, don't write here, you come and write here, okay? So that your work will be clean. Oh yeah, go and write fast. You have to go to bed. Yes, Nigeria. Everywhere. Nigeria, Gambia. I think we had one person from the Gambia, and the person hasn't been. No, no, don't wipe it. Just write down.
Just right here.
Yeah. My day was good. Day 2 was good, Noel. Hello, hello, Noel. How are you? Mm-hmm. My boys like their teachers. Yeah, and Nunos in particular. He had this teacher that he loved so much. I don't know if you guys remember one time I told you that. No, I don't think I told you this. He lost that teacher this holiday. I think that was in July. July ending. Yeah. She was pregnant and in the course of bringing forth a life, she lost her life. Yeah, Nunu loved her so much. Emily, really? This is the most hero in the world. I shine bright like a diamond. Oh. And seeing you write shine bright like a diamond, it just brings thoughts of Abu. Chocolate boy. Chocolate boy always say shine bright like a diamond. Felicity Hub, your eye killed at me, oh. Felicity Hub, your eye shine bright like a diamond. Sing Rihanna's song, Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Yes, Noel, the baby made it. It wasn't easy, honestly. I felt so bad because she was so young. She was just 25. And that was her first child. This world, this holiday, I have lost people that when I sit and think, I'll be asking myself questions like, why do we even toil in this world? At the end of it all, we have to leave everything behind and go. So I don't get it. But it's all good, right? KGN, hello. You're welcome. Where are you chatting from? And thank you for liking, okay? God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, guys, as you join, subscribe to the channel, okay? Like the stream, comment, so that I know you're watching. Noel, back to day 2. Back to day 2. I told you guys that today I would equally give those students a surprise quiz, like an unexpected one. Okay, so I went to this class and the students, most of them were excited to see me. They were so happy that I would be the one taking them throughout the academic year. So I spoiled their happiness a bit because after all the pleasantries and I was like, okay, who doesn't know my name in this class? Yeah, I had to ask that because, like I said, these students are students that I taught, most of them in Form 5 and lower seat. So right now they are in upper seat. And upper seat is the last class in high school. After upper seat, you go to the university. Yeah, so most of them in the class already know me. I think if there are students in the class who don't know me, they shouldn't be up to 10. Yeah. So when I asked who is in this class who doesn't know my name, just a few people put up their hands, and then the other ones were already screaming my name behind, Madam this, Madam Feli, Madam Shu. Okay. I said, all right, that's fine. So I'll be taking you guys again in opposite in Anglais. Some were excited. And as usual, not everybody would be excited, right? Not everybody likes Jesus Christ. So who am I? Okay. How many? Whoa, most of them. I think 80% always do. Yeah, 80% always do. School, here in Cameroon, most people, like most families, really value school so much so that we feel like the best thing you can give a child is education. Even those who do not go to college, it is either because they are financially not able to, or maybe the child just decides that no, I don't want to. There are some kids who think that school isn't the means to an end, you get. Yeah, so that's it. But most of them always go to the college. AMF, hello guys, please subscribe to the channel as you join. Yes, no, no, what is it?
Wait, I'm second.
Yes. AMF, please subscribe. KGN, can you please subscribe? You guys should tell me where you're chatting from. AMF and KGN. All right, so Noel, back to my day two experience. Bring it, let me see. Back to my day two experience. Okay, so after all the pleasantries, I was like, I went to the board and I wrote the subject name. Yeah, it's okay. I wrote the subject name. Then I gave a piece of chalk to one of the students to write the date. That is what I always do. I always give a piece of, you're welcome, my father. I always give a piece of chalk to one of my students to write the date. This is just so because that they can get acquainted with how dates are written in English language. In French, it's different. So I want them to be able to write dates correctly. So every class I have with them, I give a piece of chalk to different students. Yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, remove pieces of papers. Everybody they looked at one another, looked and madame, si, elle va faire quoi avec les papiers? The other one said, c'est comme si on va composer maintenant, eh? Like, it's as if we will write a test right now. So I told them, yeah, you have to write a test now. I want to give you a small assessment because you are in opposite. You are big students. What if, you know, maybe an inspector surprises you with a test? You always have to be ready, even on day one. I said, okay. But I equally told them that this test was optional. Yeah, this test was optional. And this particular class, there are so many of them. For my first time going to the class, there are about 40. So I think by next week, they might reach 50 or 55. Yeah, because there are so many. I'm not even saying 40. There were almost like 45 students or 50 students in class. Because the number of students who actually took the quiz, the assessment, there were 38. Yeah, 38 of them. So you can imagine, and there were other students who didn't feel like they would write. And they were shocked when I actually gave marks to those who wrote. That's just me. I told you, right, that I always encourage my students by giving them marks. So I went to the board, and like I said, I didn't give them the same thing I gave the other students. Yesterday, I asked those students to give me, what was that? Okay, I asked them to give me the different tenses in English. Yeah, pop-up quiz on the first day. Mind you, I can only do this to students of the final year or students of the second year, which is lower seat. I can't go to Form 5, which is my first class with new students, and I give them a pop-up test. No, it's not proper. Yeah, so, and tomorrow I'll be having a class with these new students. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see the experiences. These particular students I always really like them. At first instance, I almost like fall in love with them. You get most of them. I have been teaching this particular class. This is the seventh year I'll be taking this particular class. And every year, the students always love me at first sight. Whenever I go into the class, the very first time, they would always love me. And then it continues. So I just pray that tomorrow would be same. Anyway, I'll come back to give you the gist. So I asked these particular ones today to give me the different tenses in English language. Quite simple, right? Just to list them. The simple present tense, the simple this, simple that, past tense, and all those. Yeah. I just asked them to list because I really just wanted them to exercise their brains. They have been in the house for more than 2 months. So I wanted to know if they forgot about school or they still were thinking about it. Thankfully, most of them performed really well. Yeah, they were able to give me what I wanted. So that was it. I had to give them marks for performing, and these marks will be added to their exam, which will be they have two assessments. The first one might be, I think, no, October ending. Then the next one, early December. So I'll take the marks and add to their assessment. It will help. Yay! Mustang Mike. Hello. You're welcome. Yes, Noel, 45. And like I said, these 45 students are just for today because the most students wouldn't start school this week. They might start next week. I have a class. I had a class last year, and there were 68 students in the class. Yeah, so 45 is nothing. And there are other classes like students who are doing accounting and doing German, like German language, right? Yeah, these students they are always few in number. At most in their class, always like 25 students per class. But this other section, the industrial section, these are students who would either specialize in doing cooking, you get doing cooking or designing. There are always so many of them, and most of them are ladies. You can have a class of 60 students, and in that class you have just two boys. Yeah. Alana. Good evening, Alana. You're welcome. Guys, please, these likes started at a good pace. I was expecting them to have reached 15 by now. Alana, how are you? Oh, KGN. Comments now. Oh my goodness. Bye-bye. KGN. That's the only thing I can say because that's the only thing I have seen. I don't understand the rest. Okay, thank God. Thank God. Oops, I said that I wanted to. Did I even successfully get a picture today? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyways, I can always show you guys another time. Yeah, because like I said, I want to take pictures every school day that I go to school. I have 4 days. So I want to take pictures every school day that I go. And by Saturday morning, I would upload so that Noel, this upload is for you specifically, so that you should tell me what you think about you should tell me what you think about my dressing, okay? Yeah, Noel. What? Here in Cameroon, getting one-on-one interaction with your teacher is just in very few schools. Yeah, that can happen in private schools, but I'm teaching in a government school. Here, government schools are always jam-packed with students. Yeah, so that's it. It's always difficult. But those who show interest and want to maybe have one on one with me, I always give them the audience. So, yeah. Alana, what's up? Really? Really, Noel. And this isn't a shirt. This is actually a gown. I don't remember the last time I wore this gown. I have been for months without wearing this gown. So I just came back today and then my hand went to it. I wore it. It's been months. Okay, nothing much. All right. I hope Weremu joins. Weremu didn't join yesterday, did he? Did he? Yeah, and yesterday I just no, you joined yesterday, right? You did. I think Weremu too joined. So we are doing 1 hour. Then I will leave the silent stream again. This time I would always be leaving silent stream in order for us to catch up a bit. If not, the watch hours will be stagnant. Then, when I get up in the morning and I am preparing the lunch boxes for the kids, I'll equally stream. This time is more like a kitchen thing. From learning English to learning cooking. If you have to cook, you should equally learn, right? It's cool. It's a bunch of patches sewed together. No, it's not a bunch of patches. Noel, it isn't. This is just like flowery material. Nunus of Ashafi. Coco. Zuboni, I'm going to putting wish water for school at night. Olen bawo. Zuboni. Bufa. Got nothing in the table. Bume mu. Good boy. So, Noel, is yours some sort of patches sewed together? Because mine is just a flowery material. Sis, you seem to always catch me these days, sis. Good evening, my sister. See? Thank you. Sis, how are you and the family? Yes, I have a new set of students tomorrow, Noel. I have a new set of students tomorrow. And my class with I think tomorrow my class should be like just 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, I have just 3 hours in school tomorrow. This time I am fortunate to have had we have a reduction in our teaching hours because most of the classes have been combined. I used to have like 20, 23, 24 hours of teaching per week, but this time I am so happy. I just pray that it doesn't add. Yes, Mike, I am a school teacher. I am a school teacher. I am a school teacher. I teach in secondary school. Dr. Kansal. Hello, doctor. You're welcome. Are you a medical doctor or doctor of philosophy? You're welcome, doc. Mike, really? What? I have been singing it here like a song that I am a teacher. Okay, you think online classes are too hard to learn from? No, they aren't. No, because I online classes are instead very good because you get to have one-on-one with your teachers. Okay. Now while we were doing our online training, because I actually did online training, we used to there is no way you would have 2 or 3 students at a time. A student would rather pay for 1 hour and then you are focused just with that student. You get. Then when we give exercises, it's not like we just sit and we are discussing. No, we discuss, but what we are discussing is English language related. Then we use links. I can send you a link for your exercise. You do that exercise. I have to time it. If your exercise is 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, the exercise is done. Then we equally mark and send. So online teaching is very good. It's nice. All right, sis. Thank you. Good night. Okay, medical. Wow. Sis, the kids are fine, okay? The kids are fine. Thank you for asking. So what's going on? What did I miss? Olivia. Hello, sis. You're welcome. You haven't missed anything. We just started. Yeah, so I was just gisting how my day 2 in school went. It was good. So watch out for day 3 tomorrow. Day 3 tomorrow with my new set of students. Honestly, Mike, I am equally as surprised that you do not know I am a teacher. My goodness, I am. I'm a teacher. So schools just resumed. Schools resumed on Monday, which was yesterday. Doc, I am from Cameroon. Olivia, Cameroon. Where are you chatting from, Olivia? Doc, are you chatting from India? What? Who are these boys here? What are people doing here? You people should go. You are looking for my trouble. Oh. Are you people looking for my trouble? Jay, leave that place. Why have you not changed into your pajamas? Pass. No, tomorrow is not the first day of school, Mike. I said we started school yesterday. Tomorrow is the 3rd day. Okay, Doc, from India. All right, so I guessed rightly. Okay, sis. Wow. You're chatting from UK, but from Nigeria. My Nigerian sis. I can imagine how pretty you are. Because Nigerian ladies are so pretty and they know how to dance. You see them shaking their waist. Sis, thank you for joining. Okay, can you please subscribe to the channel? Well, Doc, I just had to guess from your name. I don't know. Something just told me that you are from India. Plus, most of my subscribers are from India. So most times when somebody writes, I just begin to think of India. That's cool. It's lucky to have on their staff. You're probably the best teacher there. What? Thank you, Noel. Thank you. Mm, yeah, and the truth is, in my department, we are really good. We are just five of us language teachers, English language teachers in my department. And all of us are really good. You know, yes, from what my students say. Even though, okay, then something happened. So, some of these students that I taught last year in lower Sith, they are going to the final year. So they were in A. No, they were in B. So this time they have instead sent them to C. And C would be having a different teacher. I'm not the one taking class C. When I told them today, they almost cried. They were like, Madam, pardon. Say, pardon, God. They nous abandonner, pardon. I said, no, I'm not abandoning you. You guys already have a different teacher, so it's not possible. Thank you so much, sis. God bless you. Do you equally have a channel? I came across one lady's Nigerian lady's channel. I think what's the name? She was dancing to a particular music that caught my attention. I had to check out her channel. And she likes dancing. Her channel is a cooking channel. Yeah. She's very new. But I just loved her channel. I had to subscribe immediately. Do I know how to dance? Well, I dance a bit. So I don't know. Yeah, I dance a bit. Hmm. Let's just hope that I get some very, very good news someday that will make me to dance, and then I give you people the video so that you can, you know, evaluate if I can dance or not. How old are my students? Okay, sis. Bye. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for passing by. God bless you, sis. And as for how old my students are, I think the youngest of my students should be 14 years old. Yeah, they are from 14 years upward. They didn't want to, Noel. They didn't want, they kept insisting that, Madam, please come and take us, please. I said, no, I can't. Because if I have to take them, it'll be clashing with another class. So that means it'll be giving me much work. I'll have to go here, do 1 hour, rush to the other one. Don't mind them, they'll be good with the other teacher. That's how they are. When you want to go, they'll be like, Madam, pardon, oh, don't go. But when they have a different teacher who is equally good, yeah, they are good to go. The only issue is when they have a teacher who isn't very good, you get. And then their issue too with me is because I always give them marks. But my colleagues don't do that. Most of my colleagues don't do that. You'd cry too, right? Noel. But I'm really blessed. I'm really blessed to have students who are always very cooperative, very loving. I don't think for the past 5 years 6 years that I've been teaching, this is actually my seventh year. Yeah, I haven't had this, altercation with any of my students. This kind of situation where it needs attention of other teachers or it needs the attention of the discipline master. Like a student outrightly disrespecting me in a manner that's not good. No, I haven't experienced that. Yeah, there are some who be disrespectful, but not in a way that is alarming. You get, yeah, and I equally know how to handle them. I know how to handle them. Nah. Okay, so let me tell you these instances. No, when I started teaching in 2018, All right. First off, it was my first time in class. Then, worst of it, I was to teach English to French speakers. In short, the worstest part. Let me use this wrong grammar. The worstest part is that I didn't know French as at that time. So imagine going to teach English to French speakers and you don't know a thing in French. I just knew the very basics like bonjour, comment tu vas, all of those. Okay, day one, I stepped into class. Good afternoon. I am teacher this. I am madam this. The students looked at each other. They looked at them at one another. I was like, eh, je ne comprends rien de ce qu'elle dit. I was like, what? They said, Madam, our teachers have always been teaching us in French, so we don't understand what you're saying. What? I was dumbfounded. I had to call my HOD, my head of department. I told her I will not be able to teach you. How do you expect me to go and teach students who will not be understanding what I am saying? It will be like wasting my time, so I don't want to teach. She said, Nah, you should, in short, you will do it. And that day that I was giving that complaint, we had an inspector from the ministry to come and inspect us. So when I gave her the complaint, she said no. When she began teaching too, she was as young as I was at that time. And she too didn't know French. So it didn't bother her at all because her focus and her aim or her goal is to teach English and nothing more. You are not obliged to go and start speaking French to students. No, you are actually supposed to teach in English. Whether they are hearing or not, just try to make them understand. That got into my head. The next day I went to class. Before a student wants to say, Je ne I said, what? If I hear French in my class, I said, if I hear French in my class, don't try it. So that was how I was able to cope with them because they understood, and then I told them point blank that I do not understand French. And even if they have to teach me French, I told them that I actually want to learn French, but I want them to teach me out of class. So out of class, they are teaching me French. In class, I am teaching them English. That was it. Honestly, Noel, but I think it was just God's way of, exposing me to the language because I have really always loved French, but I wasn't able to speak. All my life, I was just in the English speaking part of the country. My studies were in English. I loved English. Everything was English. You get. But right now, at least it is good. I go to my classes and they are very good. There are things that even though I still do not really speak very well, but I am better than when I started. All right, so back to the troublemakers and the bullies. Okay, now there was this particular class, the students were so stubborn. They actually sent one older teacher to them, and then she too did not know French. So when she went to class and then she spoke French incorrectly, they laughed at her, they mocked at her, and she was angry. So she got angry and refused that she would not teach that class anymore. Plus, she said that the students were very disrespectful. Okay, I didn't know all this. So my HOD gave me the class that an older colleague who has been teaching for more than 10 years abandoned. So they gave me that class. All right, my first day in class, like I said, I always wear my high shoes, my talons and all that. When I got into class, the first most of them, the first thing they said was like, wow, this madam is beautiful. She's so young. She's this. You get. All right, then when I got in, all of them stood up to greet me. They always just stand up, but they don't say anything. Yeah, they just stand up, and then you, the teacher, you can greet, and then they sit. So when I went in, they stood up, and then Prince, Prince from Congo. Hello, Prince. You're welcome. You're welcome, Prince. Okay, so when they stood up, and they were giving all their compliments, behind my back. They weren't saying they were not saying it to my face. They were just like, okay, she's very young, she's very beautiful. Wow, when did she stop school? I listened, and they were speaking all of this in French. So I greeted, good afternoon, students. All of them made, whoa, you understand? Like the kind of exclamation, like, so she's coming to teach us English. You know, hmm. When they made like that, I didn't smile. I changed my face. I was like, I looked at them sternly and I said, good afternoon, students. All of them answered, good afternoon, madam. I said, okay, sit down. And then there was this girl. She was tall. She was taller than I am. And then fat. See, I'm slim, but imagine my student. She's tall and fat. So she was like the chief troublemaker in the class. You're welcome, Prince. Okay. And then she looking at me, she felt like because she can match up to me, and I was no. Okay, so when I said sit down, this girl, she kept standing for I don't know whatever reason. I said, why are you standing? I said, sit. She sat down. I went to the board, wrote the I when I went to the board, I wrote my subject, and then I gave her the chalk that she should write the date. She said, Madam, I don't understand French. I'm sorry, English. Hello, Mustang. You're welcome. She said, Madam, I don't understand English. I was like, if I hope you're not looking for my trouble. You better go to the board and do what I have asked you to do. I would rather you do it wrongly than for you to sit there and tell me that you cannot do it. You want to get on my nerves, right? She said. Then she turned and asked her other friend, Madame, si, dis même quoi, parce que je ne comprends rien à ce qu'elle dit ici. I said, wait, are you speaking French in an English class? You get one thing about me, I am really playful, but I am equally a very stern person. Yeah, I'm very stern. I'm the kind of person that I know when to play and I know when to draw the line. Yeah, so because when I went in, we had pleasantries, but when it was business time, I was very serious. Okay, so this lady, she was like, she doesn't even know why I am in the class. She was saying all of this in French. Yeah, I didn't know how to speak French, but I understood French. You get. So whatever they were saying, I could understand. Then I don't know, there was this particular thing that she did. Okay, when I insisted that she should go to the board and write, she was making faces, that she doesn't want to go. I told her that at the count of three, if you do not go to the board, this will be your last class you'll be having with me. And you know what that means? It means you have zero in English language. And you know that English language is compulsory, so you better go to the board. She reluctantly went to the board and then she wrote the date. Thankfully, she wrote it correctly. Then she was so angry, you get. Yeah, she wasn't very happy that I had to force her to go to the board. But when she successfully wrote the date correctly, I was like, wow. So you were doing all of this when you know English. Are you sure you would not be the one to end up teaching me English in this? You people should clap for her. You get. So this just me the fact that I told her friends, her mates to clap for her. This changed her mood. She was so happy. She was like, Madame, wow. Ça veut dire que j'ai bien écrit. I said, yes, you wrote well. It's very good. But from today, I don't want to hear you speaking French. And when I come to class, know that every time I am in class, you must answer a question in English language. Do we have a deal? She said, yes, madam. That was how we became friends. So that was how we became friends. Then uh, I think I had taught this class because most of the students were very heady, but I chose the heady ones to be my friends. I drew them. I knew what I had to do to bring them closer to me. Yeah. When I tell you to do something and you're very stubborn, I take it very serious. And when you finally do it, it becomes a playful thing. You get, I'll be like, yes, I don't know why you guys do not like English. English is very simple. And I am telling you that in order for you to experience or to have more open doors in the world, you need to know English. Forget about this French that you're learning here. French is like the sixth most important language in the world. English is number three. So weigh it. Number three and six. Which one is better? They said number three. So, yes, I put a stop to the nonsense immediately. No. So this little did I know that this particular class, my colleague left that class because they were very stubborn. So, like I was saying, most of them who were stubborn, they became my friends. Even the guys, they were very stubborn guys in the class, but they became my friends. You get so much so that even when I am not, when it is my period and I am not in class, they will come to the staff room to look for me. Madame, vous nous avez oublié. C'est l'heure de anglais maintenant. On vous attend. I said, okay. I went to class. So that was it. Now, how did I know that this class was actually abandoned? We had an evaluation meeting. I think a month, yeah, a month after after I had taught this class, and then they wrote their first evaluation. So my department had a meeting, and then the first thing my HOD asked me was, Madam Feli, what magic did you use to change those students? I was confused. I said, I don't understand. What do you mean? They said because the other colleague left that particular class because the students were so stubborn, they were disrespectful and all that. So she said that she wouldn't be able to teach them. We only gave you that class. We gave you that class hoping that you would tell us a week after that you will not equally take the class. I told them that what I don't know about the stubborn people because all those students in my class are like my younger brothers and they are very cooperative. They were surprised. They were actually surprised, and that is how I have been. Now, this was in Form 5. Form 5 is like the first, this is secondary school. Form 5 is secondary school. Okay, another incident in the last year classes, right? This guy's name, I have forgotten. I used to know this guy's name in my head because this one was notorious. Okay, this particular one, yeah, I always deal with them in a way that, they always come back to me as friends. Most of these people, the very stubborn people, the guys or the ladies, I always make them my friends. Yeah, I make them my friends so that they should be comfortable learning. All right, so I went to this particular class. This class was more of boys than girls. Yeah, I think that year there were like 18 of them in the class, and they had like five ladies in class. All right, there was this particular stubborn guy who didn't used to attend English classes before I started teaching. All right, and then my colleague too was taking that class before I went there. She took the class just the first time. She had um, a bad encounter with this particular guy. So anyway, she didn't abandon this particular class, but they gave her a different class and then they gave me that one. Yeah, they thought I'll abandon them equally. Yeah, that's what they thought. But no, I didn't. I didn't. All right, so I went to this class and then my colleague had already told me that this class you're going to, there's this particular boy there. First off, he doesn't attend classes. And then even when he does, he would be nonchalant. He has this nonchalant attitude. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, okay. Thank God you've told me already. So first day in class, the guy wasn't there. Yeah, the guy wasn't in class. Then my second class with them. In fact, the first class, most of the boys weren't in class. I think I met like just 4 or 5 boys in class. The rest weren't in class. Second class, in short, all of them were there. So when I got into class, the class was fuller than the first day. I was surprised. I said, what's happening? How come so many of you are here? You cannot believe what these guys said. They said that the first day I came to class, their mates told them that they now have a beautiful English teacher. So they are actually in class to confirm. Like they're not even in class to learn, but they are in class to confirm what their mates told them. So I told him, I don't, are you here because you want to see your teacher or because you want to? I said, no. This particular woman said, no. L'anglais là, c'est pour faire quoi avec? That this English, what are we to do with English? I just came to see the teacher. I said, really? He said, yes. And then immediately he said that he was like throwing compliments, Madam, you're beautiful. I said, no, 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 I am not here for pleasantries. You are not, we are not mates. Keep that. And if you even have to give compliments, give them in English. So that is it. He said, okay. But he does not understand English. And then he was speaking in a very snobbish kind of way, you get. I was like, please, when you're addressing me, make sure you do it respectfully because if you disrespect me, my own disrespect to you would be loud. So you better behave yourself. He said, then he carried up his bag. When I said that, he carried his bag and he was about going out. I looked at him. I said, wait, where are you going to? He said he doesn't used to attend classes. Oh my goodness. I said, wait, why don't you attend classes? He said, no. He just comes to write his exam. I told him, go back to your seat. He said, no, he will not go back. I looked at him sternly. I said, go back to your seat. And this is the last time. Do not make me repeat myself. He went to his seat. And then when he sat down, I don't know, he kept staring at me like, this small madam, what does she think she is? You can honestly, they put me in a sink for me to this particular first year was something else. Yeah, if not for the fact that I am the person that I am, I wouldn't have been able to cope with those students, especially given the fact that it was my first year as a teacher. So I went in. When he sat down, I called him. I asked him a question in English language. He he delayed before even standing up because normally when you ask students always stand up before they answer questions. So when I repeated the question, he answered in French while sitting down. I was like, "What? Are you okay? Will you stand up?" He reluctantly stood up. He reluctantly stood up. I was like, I don't understand. Are you showing off because you are seeing a few number of girls in your class and you think you can, you know, get their attention by behaving the way you're behaving? Because you are looking to me, you are just very small. You're very like light, like a piece of paper. Yeah, you're very light. This your exam that you're struggling to have right now. I had this exam more than 4 years ago. So you and I, we are no match. The earlier you behave, the better for you. What is in my head is bigger than what you are going to learn. So you better behave yourself. Like I was so stern, you get I was so stern. And I feel like most teachers when they go into class and he behaves in this manner, right, they tend to shy away or they just let him go ahead with his attitude. But no, I am not one to be disrespected by a student for that matter. Now I put you in your place. So I had to talk to him, and all along he was claiming that he isn't understanding what I'm saying because I was speaking in English. I was like, nah, you're lying. Le Cameroun n'est pas bilingue juste pour les anglophones. Le Cameroun est bilingue pour nous tous. Ça veut dire que si je comprends ce que tu dis en français, toi aussi tu devais comprendre ce que je dis en anglais. Émile. Bonsoir, Émile. Ça va? Ça va? Je vais bien, merci. Je vais bien, merci. Comment tu vas aussi? All right. Now, how did I get this guy? After his attitude, right? I asked him that question. I asked him in English language, and he answered in French. I said, no. Speak. I told him that he should speak English. In short, I want you to speak very wrong English right now. Do you understand? He said, no, madam. I looked at him and then I smiled. I asked him, "Are you sure you don't understand what I'm saying? You you know that you can do this, right?" So yes, just try. I want you to even mix French and English. Say it the way you can say it, then I'll correct you. Do you understand? He looked at me and said, "Okay, madam." Then, in trying to give me his response, he mixed the English language with French, but I understood what he was trying to say. So I said, then his friends started laughing at him, you get. And I told them that that should be the last time they laugh at somebody for answering a question. Yeah, because when you laugh at somebody, it discourages that person to answer next time. So when I had to, shun them for doing that, he gained his courage. And then he said what he said again in very wrong English, but the fact that he was confident, it was good. And then now I said, okay, this particular word that you've used in French, what do you think? How can you just imagine what how it can be in English language? Maybe you just try. Just think, what do you think is the English word for this word in French? He said, Madam, I really don't know. I said, no, you can do this. This is just because you have decided to block your head from understanding this thing. But English language is very simple, okay? So just give me what you think. Just try. Nobody will laugh at you. He looked at me. I said, he still gave the wrong word. I said, no, you're almost there. Can you give another try? Can you give then all along I was smiling, you get. I said, no, just give another try. You can do this. He looked at his friends. He asked his friend, wait, this other word, how can I say it in English? The other one said, I don't know. I said, no, forget about these people. They can mislead you. You alone, you're up to the task. So, yes, give me the word in English. He tried. You get, yeah, even though the sentence he gave wasn't completely in English, but it was better than the first time. So when he did that, I was like, wow. Ah, so you know English and you were stressing me. Why are you behaving like this? Uh-uh. You guys, you have so much potentials in you, but you tend to just shy away. Why do you want this beautiful English that you know to die within you? Please don't do this next time. So yeah, he appreciated me for having his back when his friends laughed at him. Yeah, I think that was it. You get, because normally most students when they laugh at a student, most of them just shy away or they either get angry. You get, it's like you've put them up to be mocked by their friends. But no, I didn't let him. I didn't let that mockery get to him. So it gave him some confidence. Jack, hello, Jack. Okay, the language of my country is English and French. Cameroon is a bilingual country, so we speak English and French. Rudy, hello, Rudy. You're welcome, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, okay? Please. So, well, I think basically my focus on that in that class for that day was really on this guy. You get, and on this very first day, he and I became friends. He loved the class, and every time that I had English language with them, he was always in class. As a matter of fact, he was the one always, scolding his friends to not disturb. You get, when I go into class and his friends are making noise, he'll be like, no, no, no. Ne dérange pas, eh. Ne dérange pas, eh. Leave this madam, let her teach. You get, yeah. So most of these students, honestly, the ones that even try to be stubborn, I always get them to my side. Yeah, I always do. So when his guy finally answered the question, even though it wasn't correct, I didn't take it like he has done the worst thing. I instead was very happy with him. I said, you see, if you just put it in your mind that every time madam comes to class, you must give one answer, one correct answer. Don't you think by the end of these 9 months in school, you would be speaking English better than the teacher? He was like, what? Better than you? They said, no, madam, your English is very clean. Your English is very good. And most importantly, your English is very, that I'm speaking, I use simple words. So because of the simple words I'm using, they are able to understand. I said, yeah, so can you do me a favor? Can you make it in a way that Whenever I come to class, you have to understand something. Even if you do not understand, as I am leaving the class, you follow me and ask me questions. That is, if you do not ask in class, maybe you feel shy to ask in front of your mates. Just see me outside and ask, okay? He said, yes, madam. Then he asked me, madam, will I pay you for the will I pay you if I have to see you privately for the classes? I said, no, I don't want you to pay me. I just want you to pay me by passing your English language in your final exams. Will you do that? He said, ha, madam, it will be difficult though. Il sait, madame, ça serait difficile hein, parce que l'anglais est difficile. Et je pense que c'est Dieu qui donne l'anglais. I like, no, God doesn't give French. God doesn't give English, okay? Don't you see? I am really struggling to speak French and I am speaking wrong French in front of you students. I am not shy. So why then would you be shy to speak wrong English to me? Feel free and speak gibberish. Okay, I'll correct you. So this guy, the good thing is that at the end of their final examinations, he succeeded in Anglais. He actually came to school to look for me to tell me that, madam, I passed in English, or I passed, I had my English language in good grades. So that was it. Lizzie, what is it about Nigeria today? Rudy, you're learning English. Can you help me? Oh my goodness, these people really indicating their interest to learn. I don't know how I can do this because I really need a link. I really need a link. I've been struggling with this link thing since last year. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody. I'll just check if somebody can help me out so that I can create a link to teach. Okay, Rudy. African kids value education more than here. It's like going into prison for kids here. Really? Noel, I was thinking that there people. Okay. Wow. Sis, I am Johan Jack. Please say it again, Johan. Because your voice when you said my name, okay. Johan. You're welcome, Johan. Satish. Hello. Sat, how are you? Yes, good evening. It's evening at my end, okay? Let me see what's the time. All right, guys. So in 4 minutes, we'll be done with the stream. Yeah, we'll be done with the live, but I'll leave the silent live on so that I can sleep and wake up early for school. My school tomorrow isn't very early, but I have to still wake up early for the kids, prepare them, and then when they go off, I start preparing myself to leave too. So that was it. Yeah, I have had troublemakers. I have had bullies, but everything went well. Everything went well. And I am thinking, I think after 2 weeks, one day I'll just ask these students to give me their reviews about me so that I'll read them to you guys. No, what do you think? I think I did this the second year. Yeah, my second year of teaching, I did this. And the reviews were out of this world. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. All of them, they were like, I love my madam so much. And then one thing about all the students that they kept mentioning was the fact that they liked the way I always walk in my high heels. All of them said that. I did that in about 3 or 4 classes. Yeah, 3 or 4 different classes. All of them kept saying almost something like that. I love my madam, but I have an issue with my madam. She talks very fast. She talks very. My madam, the other one said, "Madam, please, if you can be talking slowly, slowly, so that I understand." I said, "Yeah," and it was really good because those reviews helped me a lot, especially the talking fast aspect. Yeah, I go with them because I know that most times when I'm talking very fast, and if you're a slow learner, it would disturb you. Yeah, Noel, what happened was this. I feel like they were genuine. Why do I say this? Because they didn't write their names. Okay, so there was no way I would know who, even if they gave a bad review, even if someone had given a bad review, right? I wouldn't have been able to know who did, because I wanted them to be free to express themselves. So I asked them not to write their names on the sheets of paper that they gave the reviews. Yeah, so I knew none of them. I knew none of them. Yeah, Johan, that's a good idea. Yeah, if you can take a language test, it'll be good. But as a beginner, you cannot take IELTS because IELTS is really tough. Yeah, so he can go online and try this TOEFL. Yeah, it will be good. It will be good. But IELTS is out of it for a beginner. And then Duolingo too will really help. Yeah, Duolingo will really help. Yeah, it was anonymous. No, it was anonymous. I did that because I knew if I had asked them to write their names, most of them wouldn't be free. They wouldn't say their minds. Okay, they wouldn't. Whew. 3 minutes, guys, and we are good to go. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yes, honestly, and I don't. The thing is, Noel, he just needed a push. You get. Some of us are like that. We actually know how to do something, but we just need a push. We need this person who will tell us that you can do this. You can do this. Yeah, that is one thing that I do not fail to give my students motivation. Yeah, whenever, like these students I'm going to meet tomorrow, the new set, I know that most of them do not know English because the schools they are coming from, some of them didn't even have English teachers. All right. So what I do is that when I go to class, I tell them that this English you're seeing is very simple, and I am here to help you know English. And I equally want that you should be able to express yourself. I don't care whether your English is bad. I don't care whether your English is worst than, but just express yourself. Stand up and talk. And then most times when I'm saying this, I equally say it in French. And like I said, my French is not so good. You get. So when I'm talking to them in French, and then some of them are like smiling because of my French accent, which is not so good, I would be like, okay, was my French very good? Some of them will say, yes, madam. I said, no, be truthful. Was my French very good? They said, not very good, madam, but it is good. I said, okay. Now, this is the same thing I want you to do. I do not want you to wait until your English is good before you can speak. I want you to start speaking right now. I am here, I'm just one person standing in front of you, speaking my wrong French, and more than 10 of you are laughing at me. I do not feel shy. So if you stand up and you speak wrong English, it is just me who would be able to understand that your English is wrong. So why would that be an issue? Because I am here to help you better the bad English that you think you know. Yeah, there is a way I always motivate my students that whenever I even leave class, I feel satisfied that, yeah, I did my best. That's it. And this is because I always put these students as my children. The way I teach my students is the way I expect other teachers to teach my kids. You get, so I just love it whenever I go to class and I come out satisfied with how I thought it is good. Yeah. Okay, guys. Samuel Mudu. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, well, why I talked about TOEFL, this is, it's not like it is very easy, but TOEFL can be considered a bit easy because it is in stages, okay? You have beginner stage, you have intermediate and all that. That is if you're doing it online, right? And yeah, you can do it online. But for IELTS, we just have four the four skills in English language: listening, speaking, writing, reading. These four skills are brought into IELTS, and there is no way you would fail in two and then you make it in IELTS. No, you have to at least have a good band in all of them because you can before you can succeed in IELTS. That's why I said IELTS is a bit difficult. It's not like TOEFL is very, very easy now. It isn't. But comparatively. All right, guys. So I have to go. I've been saying I have to go for a long time, right? Whew, let me go and sleep. Tomorrow morning, yeah, while making breakfast for the kids, we'll stream for at least an hour or two. Then, when I get back from school, okay. No, we always stream in the evening because tomorrow I have to go to church. My church program is every Wednesday, so I'll go to church. Yeah. That means we'll only be able to chat after church. Yeah, Noel, and I am happy. I am really happy. This gives me so much satisfaction. Yeah, the first year that when I started teaching, I used to leave class at times and I'll feel so heavy. I'll feel so sad, you know, not because I didn't know my subject matter, but because I felt like the students weren't understanding me because of the language barrier. You get, but over the years, it is I'm improving. There are things that when I see that they are really lost after explaining in English, I try to explain a bit in French. Even though pedagogically it is not correct, I am not supposed to explain things to them in French, but I can't leave them that way too. Because the essence of teaching is for them to understand. So if you go and you blab all along and they understand nothing, it wouldn't mean anything, right? So I just have to steadily explain some things to them in French. But I tell them, this thing I'm explaining in French, you have to tell me in English. Oh, do you understand? They say, yes, madam. So that's it. Yeah, ciao. See you guys. See you guys tomorrow morning. Definitely, we'll stream in the morning. Then in the evening after church. Guys, Noel, please pray for me, okay? I just need the prayers. I have a wish that I really wish God grants it. And if He grants it, I'll give you guys as a testimony. Mhm. So pray for me, okay? Please, please, just pray. Pastor Damien hasn't joined today. Pastor Damien can. I told Pastor to pray for me too. Weremu hasn't joined. I equally told him to pray. I just need prayers all over the world. I need prayers. That's it. All right, guys. I talk too much. I'm a teacher. Teachers talk too much. Ciao. See you guys tomorrow. Good night and good day to others. Right? Bye. Ciao.